Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and I want to thank you all for your kind and considerate birthday wishes last weekend. It was my hope to take a road trip down to blessed Providence and attend the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival. Unfortunately, as soon as PH and I hit the road, we realized that neither of us knew how to drive a car. And while we did find a bus, it turned out to be a motorized tour of the covered bridges of central Ohio. So that was my weekend. Now, today's question comes to us from a young viewer who wants to know my thoughts on the Great War, World War I, how it impacted my life and my writing and so forth. Now, this is an enormous topic, one that I don't think a brief little video can cover, but I will tell you about one particular anecdote. It might surprise you to learn that I signed up and, despite everything, was accepted to go and fight. I was going to join the Rhode Island National Guard, be there at the coastal defenses, preparing to make my way to the continent. And I very well might have got there had my mother not got word of this particular adventure and stormed the offices with a doctor in tow and had me removed from my brief military service. The next time the draft came around and I had another opportunity, they were a touch more discerning and aware of some of my health issues. But for a moment, there was this opportunity, this idea that I might in fact be going to war, and I think missing out on it, seeing so many of my fellow men go and fight, participate in this, well, charnel affair, it did impact me. I cannot speak to the degree to which my life was changed by that war, but certainly my writing reflects this enormous event. Wars, tragedies, plagues, they leave a psychic scar, not just on the individual, but on the culture at large. And the Great War was a particularly scarring affair. On the one hand, it seemed like such an aberration, such a distraction from the progress of modernity, and yet at the same time, it was the culmination of where all these great modern strains were headed. Both inevitable and yet chaotic. And that's, I think, a useful way to wrestle with so many of the contradictions, so many of the mindless violence that surrounds us in any era. Sometimes there is no sense that can be made. And the next best thing to make is art. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft.